We at Ultima Games love playing games all day, every day. Here are a few of our favorites that are coming out later this year. First game on our list is going to be Saints Row. Now I'm very curious as where this game's going to go because we have a new story, a new world, and a new set of characters. Gameplay wise, it's pretty much the same old, you know, big explosions, super awesome set pieces for the most part, and you know, that good third person shooting aspect that we always see from these kind of games that are always satisfying and, you know, fun to play through. As far as graphics go, it's not the most impressive looking game, but it's definitely not the worst. The set pieces and explosions, they look fine. Everything in the world looks consistent. I'm not seeing too much drop off even for all the trailer and pre-alpha footage that they've shown off so far. Granted though, the game's not out yet, nothing's finished and nothing's final, so of course take my words with a grain of salt. Graphics aren't everything in a game, but some love and attention to detail is most definitely appreciated. My biggest hope for the game though is that the game definitely delivers story-wise, because this game, I just feel like it needs a better story with better characters and just a more fleshed out world for it to be a successful franchise again. Don't get me wrong, Saints Row is fun, it's cool, and it's a great game at the core, but with no good story or no good characters to make the game memorable, all you really have is just a simple game that's just all mechanics pretty much. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but this isn't this kind of game. This game is presenting a story, it's giving us something to want to care about, and it wants us to be interested in the game's story, lore, and etc, etc. And as of right now, Saints Row will be releasing August 23rd, 2022. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys care about Saints Row? Do you like this kind of game? Do you think the stories are alright? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Next game on our list is Soul Hackers 2. Now I'm excited about this game for a couple of reasons. One, it's a JRPG, it's anime related, it's weird looking, it looks great, and it's Shin Megami Tensei made by Atlas. That is just the perfect combination of games for me. I'm a huge fan of JRPGs. Now I won't get into too much detail as far as story goes, but I'm very curious as to what this game is going to be doing. It looks weird, it looks fantastical, the game looks amazing for PS5, and those menus, man, I don't know what's with Atlas and these menus like in the last few years, especially with Persona 5 and Royal, but man, Atlas just knows how to make a great interface. It is amazing how great it looks. Oh, and the music, I just know the soundtracks will be phenomenal. Games like this always have amazing soundtracks. Persona 5 is a perfect example of a game with just an amazing soundtrack and art style. Now I won't spoil anything for the stories, I'll just leave a link down below for the trailer. Go watch it, it looks interesting. If you're a fan of any kind of JRPG or Atlas in general, I recommend you check this game out and give it a shot when it comes out, because I will definitely be playing it myself when it does. Next game on our list is Overwatch 2. Now Overwatch 2 is a free-to-play hero shooter, and free-to-play is always a good thing to hear when it comes to a game. And if you're worried about any kind of pay-to-win mechanics, do not worry. They do not exist for a game like this, because this game is pure skill. Playing this game with friends is definitely when the game is the most fun. Having a six stack of just your buddies just wrecking another team, working together in combination with your characters is just the best part about this game. And there's over 25 different characters to play and master. You'll spend most of your time trying to master these characters and, you know, learn their abilities and what works best and how to best utilize their skills and abilities and their ultimates. And the best part about this game that really stands out from a lot of other hero shooters right now, especially on console, is that despite the characters being in the same classes, they don't play the same. For example, Reinhardt doesn't play like Roadhog and Anna doesn't play like Lucio. You know, characters feel different, they all have different abilities and ultimates that can change the game or ruin a perfectly good strategy if someone slacks or, you know, decides not to use their ultimate at the right time. Now my biggest recommendation for this game is that you play it with friends. If you play solo, it's going to be purely to be messing around and quick play. That's fun no matter what time of day you do it. But if you really want to get serious with this game or, you know, play at a higher level or competitive, you need to go in with the six stack, because if you don't, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Overwatch does what it can for its like queues and making sure it, you know, gets players in the right locations or right servers, but there's always that time when it's just either you can't find a healer or you can't find a tank or someone doesn't want to play a specific role, so they're kind of forced into it and then don't play it well. I highly recommend playing with friends. It's definitely much more rewarding. You're definitely going to rip each other's heads off because this game is hardcore. Like, multiplayer competitive in this game is insane. I've had times where like we've had a perfectly good team and we've just got dominated. Next game on our list is God of War Ragnarok. Now if you watched our previous video, you know that I'm a huge fan of God of War. God of War Ragnarok, needs no words. It's gonna be phenomenal. The game looks amazing. The game looks like it's gonna play amazing. I see a new grapple hook mechanic, which looks really good. The story is picking up literally right out where the trailer left off. It's gonna be great. We're gonna finally be able to maybe combat Thor. We're getting some new enemies to fight. I'm liking the amount of different types of bosses that we're looking at. Of course, that was a nitpick I had with the first game. Of course, seeing too many of the same bosses as before. That was getting on my nerves, but man, I am super excited about this game. I can't say any more than what this trailer's showing you right now, and it's gonna be great. It's Sony Santa Monica. They know what they're doing. They know what they need to do for this game. This game is coming out in the beginning of November, right before Christmas. I highly recommend you try this game. Make sure you go and play the first God of War on PS4 or PS5. Next game on our list is Skull and Bones. Now this game I'm a little conflicted about, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, but it does look interesting. I am curious about the game, so let's talk about it a bit. Now Skull and Bones is the pirate game that Ubisoft has been chasing for years now. Ever since Assassin's Creed 4, we've had this just sudden desire to want to play a pirate type game, and Skull and Bones aims to deliver on that. And from the gameplay, from the trailers that we've seen so far, it looks like it's doing that pretty well. There's naval combat, looks interesting, it looks fun. It's reminiscent of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, of course, which that idea originally originated from. And it looks fun. The upgrading looks interesting. The amount of details and ships are great. The classes of ships is great. It looks like this game is shaping up to be something interesting. I'm very curious to see how they handle it. And I think Ubisoft can probably do it. They just need to stay away from that Ubisoft formula of just putting a bunch of crap in the map and then having you go collect it. They do that, and they give you a satisfying story along with some good multiplayer too. There's a pretty good game on their hands if that's the case. Then I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna pick it up and try it. I hope the game turns out as good as the trailer shows it off to be, because if this game can't sustain itself, then we probably won't get another good pirate game from Ubisoft for a good while now. The next game on our list is the Callisto Protocol. Now this game looks super eerie. It looks super scary. I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I'm very interested to play this game. It looks fantastic. It looks literally like a Dead Space reboot, and I think that's what they're really going for with this game. The enemies look varied and interesting. They're all creepy as hell, and they just look terrifying to play through. It looks like this game's gonna have lots of different scary moments, and if you're a big horror fan, you definitely need to check this game out. The good thing about this game too is that it was just announced, and it's coming early December this year, so that's gonna be fantastic to play through. I definitely can't wait to see what they do with this game. It looks so much fun. I'm not the biggest horror fan, like I said before, but I'm very interested to play this game. I'm curious to see where it goes and just how much horror it takes from Dead Space. The game looks like it's going to be horrifying. The game looks gory. It looks bloody. The combat looks great. Graphics wise, it looks amazing. Everything looks gross and disgusting, and the death animations are definitely one of the more gruesome parts of this game. I can't wait to see what they do with it. It comes out December 2nd this year. The next game on our list is Star Ocean: The Divine Force. Now this is the newest game in the Star Ocean series, and it looks like more Star Ocean for the most part. Story for the most part looked interesting from the trailer that I saw. The gameplay is fast and fluid, which is always great for these games. We're gonna have a bunch of new JRPG mechanics for this game, so I can't wait to see what they do with the combat and the way you traverse the world, because there seems to be more emphasis on, getting through the world more quickly, and the world itself just seems bigger in general for this kind of game. Story-wise, if I had to guess the length for a game like this, it'd probably be like 40 to 60 hours. JRPGs are usually pretty good about how much time it takes to complete their games, which is a good thing because, especially if it's a game with characters that you like, you want to spend as much time with them as possible, especially playing through the story, and getting to know these characters. And it seems like the world seems like it's much more bigger than it was in previous Star Ocean games, which is a good thing because open worlds are always good. My only hope is that it's not just a bland, big open field with nothing in it to do. Some RPGs sometimes kind of have that problem, but I'm glad to see that a lot more games nowadays aren't really having that issue, and it really seems like this game's really going to come through with it. And the story looks interesting from what I've seen from all the trailers, so I definitely can't wait. The game comes out this year. Check it out, watch the trailers. Let me know what you guys think about this series in the comments down below, and let me know. The next game on our list is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now this game is exactly what it sounds like. It's more Pokemon. People love their Pokemon, and we got a new location. It seems like this game is definitely more multiplayer friendly. They always include new iterations or new adaptations like this for the series. Like now it seems a little bit more social. Pokemon battles seem a little bit more involved. There's a lot more things to do in the world from what I've seen in the trailer. You can sneak up on Pokemon instead of just, you know, running into them into the world like you used to. I'm glad to see that the game is looking a lot better on Switch. It's definitely the home of most Pokemon games, as it should be, since the Switch is so portable. And I'm glad to see the games is looking better than it ever has before. Pokemon doesn't look so digitized or pixelated like it did on the 3DS. There's probably new trainers, new gyms to conquer, new Pokemon to capture. I don't know how many specifically are in this one, but there's probably a crap ton of Pokemon by now, especially since there's been so many games and iterations of Pokemon. I'm definitely curious about it. I don't know whether or not I'll play it myself, but I will definitely give it a look through when the game comes out. That's it for the list, guys. These are the games that I found the most interesting to come out later this year. Definitely let me know what was your favorite down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, of course. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, I'll see you later.